What's up, everybody? Welcome to Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station, presented by 7 Summit Snacks. It has been some time since we've actually had a podcast episode, but we are bringing it back harder than ever before. Want to get as many shows as we can. And so when I was interviewing Molly Hurford for the Fireside Chat, which dropped on Tuesday, go check it out. It is a fantastic conversation. We got into the rapid fire food questions, and I said, you know what, Molly, you need to come on Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station. And she agreed. Lucky me, and now lucky you, as you get to hear her choices on which food she is going to eat, which she is going to toss, and which she is going to carry. Before I bring Molly forward, do me a favor. Please subscribe, rate, and review the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network on your favorite podcast platform. If that platform is Spotify, leave us a comment. If you watch us on YouTube, leave us a comment. I love to see the reactions to the things that we are doing. It makes my day. And then, of course, it helps with the algorithm and all of that good stuff, too. But more importantly, I just love talking to people, and this is one of the best ways to do it. So let's bring Molly on. Let's have some fun. Let's present her some foods, and let's hear which food she is going to eat, which one she is going to toss, and which one she is going to carry. Molly, my friend, how are you?
I am doing great. I'm so excited for this. How are you?
I am fantastic. I just realized I've gone 52 years of life without talking to you, and now I've gotten to do it twice in a week.
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, it would be so rough if you had to go another 52 without that.
It would be terrible. Do you ever take time to think about the people you've never met in your life, or like a person you've never met that you would want to talk to? And before you answer, I'll preface it with this. My wife and I always talk about the people that we do meet in life. Like, for example, the barista at the coffee shop in Seattle we used to go to, and then we moved away. And so we'll more than likely never see him again. And these are like the things that play in our minds constantly. Like, you ever think about people you've never met or people you met and you will never see again?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially, we talked about this last week. You know, I came from a cyclocross background. Now I'm in ultra running. So there's so many people in cycling where I'm like, oh my God, our lives were so intertwined for so long. Even if we weren't close, we were just at everything together. We did everything together. And now I'm like, probably never going to see them again. And it's a very weird feeling when you start seeing people and you're like, wait, is this the last time I'm ever going to see them? Like, that feels morbid. Like, they might live another 80 years. I might live another 80 years, but we may never cross paths again.
It's wild. Like, for me, especially like at places that I go to eat frequently or get coffee frequently, like you develop this relationship with them, you see them all the time. And then before you know it, they quit, right? Or maybe they got fired and they're no longer there. Or you move away and you no longer see them again. It's just, I don't know, like one of the deep thinking things that I do on a Tuesday night when I'm sitting in front of the TV watching West Wing.
I love it. And, you know, we were saying I'm from New Jersey. So, like, I think people think about baristas or maybe bartenders, you know, a Cheers scenario where you've got your Sam Malone or whoever. I'm from New Jersey, so I think diner waitresses.
Yes.
You know, you have the one that, you know, you've seen her acrylic nails. And I say this as a former diner waitress. I'm allowed to say this. You know, you're so used to them. And then suddenly they're not there anymore. And you don't know what happened to them. And you kind of can invent all these stories. Wow, I didn't realize we were going to get so deep. I was promised a light and frothy podcast here, Jason.
Well, we gotta get people warmed up to who we are and our personalities and what deep thinkers we are, because the choices you're going to make are critical to your survival on this race. So here is the scenario. You are at mile 68 of a 100-mile race. The next aid station is 8 miles away. You've got some climbing to do in those 8 miles. And here are your foods at the mile 68 aid station based on Molly, because I am an investigative podcaster. You're from Jersey, so the pork roll sandwich is an option at this aid station.
Knew it. I freaking knew you were going to say pork roll in there somewhere, and I was psyched.
You are the winner of the Sulphur Springs 100, which is in Hamilton, Ontario, which means that you have the choice of beaver tails, which is a fried dough pastry. You are also the winner of the Outlaw 100, which takes place in Oklahoma, which means that you have the option of a fried pie, which is filled with apple. So an apple fried pie. So here are your three choices: pork roll, beaver tails, or a fried apple pie. Which one are you eating? Which one are you tossing? And which one are you carrying?
Oh, this one is so easy. Okay. So I'm eating the pork roll because you love a bite of something salty just to kind of cleanse the palate. I'm carrying the pie, obviously. Like it's an easy carry. A beaver tail would be a nightmare to try to carry, and it's too much sweetness to try to eat quickly. So we're chucking the beaver tail. Not even a question. Side note though, Outlaw 100. Do you know what they had at the aid station? Like the main aid station? Fish.
What?
Not even kidding you. Mile 68, you had the option of some fish.
Explain further.
I have no idea because I went by so fast as to avoid smelling it, because I was like, this is not going to go well for me if I start getting a whiff of fried fish at this point.
Not to mention, Oklahoma is a landlocked state. So
it's not even relevant. It's like, is this what people do in 100 milers? Should I be eating fish? Is this am I missing out on something by not eating fish? But I don't think so.
Fish I am eating at an ultra are Swedish fish,
Oh,
preferably the lemon blueberry flavor.
Whoa. Man, I haven't had a Swedish fish in I don't know how long. They're tricky because they go stale so fast. Like you open that package and they're stale, which makes them so hard to chew if you have a lot of fillings and or dental work.
Which is ironic because you said that you love a stale peep when we talked for the Fireside Chat.
Stale peeps are not going to rip out fillings. However, I can tell you from experience that stale Cliff Shot blocks do in fact rip out crowns.
Stale Cliff Shot blocks they're just rocks. Like they are rocks. Like if you took a sander, you could make them into marbles and then start shooting marbles. They get so hard.
Yep. Which I found out in a race. It was like R2D2. Yeah, in Massachusetts, like a gravel race before gravel racing was cool, maybe like 12 years ago. Did a shot block, back crown came out with the shot block. Didn't know what to do with myself because I was in a pack. So I spit it into my hand and put it in my pocket. I did the whole race thinking like, oh God, this dental bill is going to cost way more than the $0 that I'm going to make by doing well in this race. Rough time.
That is so wild. So we're still at the aid station. Here's my question for you. What is the best thing you have eaten during a race at an aid station?
Oh, see, I'm so boring. So, but this is a Jersey answer though. I'm going to say a bagel, like just a good toasted bagel with butter, which is a very much a New Jersey, New Yorker kind of vibe. For some reason, that's just like, it soothes my stomach and just is the thing that I want.
What's your favorite flavor of bagel?
Normally cinnamon raisin, but on a race course now, it's got to just be plain with butter, like nothing fancy, a little bit of salt on top of it. As we talked about last time, salt, very important to me. I actually I told you Morton Salt sent me a necklace that says salty. I'm wearing it. Just
I love
for
it. It's awesome. I'm a pumpernickel fan. Give me a pumpernickel bagel and I am in heaven. The fennel, especially if it has fennel seed. Not all pumpernickel bagels will put fennel seed in there, but
I like it. I like it.
Clutch. That is clutch. I will answer my own question. I raced Cocodona the inaugural year, and I had my crew bring me 2 Impossible Whoppers and Klondike bars. Like for whatever reason, I was just hankering for those. We got into Prescott and I consumed those 2 Impossible Whoppers in about 38 seconds and then just had the Klondike bar melting all over my hand. It was such a mess, but it was so good.
Can't decide if that sounds amazing or horrific. Somewhere in between. I can understand the impetus. I can completely understand like that order. It makes perfect sense.
If my co-host Adam Lee was here today, he's out busy doing some stuff. He would laugh so hard because he knows me and lactose are like oil and water. So eating that Klondike bar, while fantastic in the moment, Somewhere down the line on the trail, it was not.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to question. I was like, now when we go through these options, are we thinking long-term impacts here or strictly just like what the heart wants? Because those answers could be a little different
It's
depending.
why we set you up so that you know where the next aid station is. So if I know that I've only got to go 8 miles, but it's got climbing in it might take me 3 to 4 hours, I might pass on the dairy in that moment.
Mhm.
I was thinking about this. So I would answer
Like,
the
how
same way.
treed is the course? Like, how many trees are around? Is this a desert situation? Am I, like, off a cliff? Like, I need to know details.
Yes, and then we'll have to paint the brighter picture next time, a more detailed picture. Because I was thinking I would absolutely eat the pork roll as well, but I thought that the beaver tail would be easier to carry than an entire pie. Like trying to eat a pie as I'm
Oh, see,
moving would
I
be a
was
little
picturing
hard.
I was picturing, like, a hand pie.
Yeah, it's probably a hand
So
pie. I think that's what that is, right? Yeah, fried
yeah,
pie
because
has to be a
if
hand
it's
pie.
fried, yeah.
Do
So I
you
stand by
remember?
mine.
Do you remember the McDonald's fruit pies that they used to sell?
That was sort of what was in my brain when you
Yeah.
said that, yeah.
Is there anything, maybe besides a Tostino pizza roll, that is hotter than that McDonald's apple pie? Like when you bit into it, it was like you would eat it like this.
Molten lava, yes. Yeah, those pizza rolls too never had a good temperature, right? It was either the cheese was just pouring out of them, they were so hot, or they were just cold and ruined. Like, there was no in between.
How about this? Do you remember, did you ever have Stouffer's French bread frozen pizza?
Oh, yeah.
That was also like, it was either frozen and you couldn't do anything with it, or it came out so fucking hot you couldn't chew it, and then the bread was super hard too. Like how are they selling these things?
I think they sell them thinking that no one is ever gonna eat them. It's like you buy them in preparation for, like, a hurricane or something, and they just live in your freezer. At no point did they anticipate you actually eating them. They do not know about the appetite of ultra runners is
We
really
just
the issue.
opened Pandora's box. What's the oddest thing you have in your freezer right now?
Really poorly made stew, like, that's frozen from bone broth, where I made the bone broth, but I neglected to scrape off the fat, and
Uh-huh.
as a result, on the note of things that will, like, get boiling hot and ruin you, that is this stew because there's so much it's such a high fat content that it just turns into boiling oil. Like, if we were being invaded, I could heat up this stew and pour it off, like, the roof of the house as, like, boiling oil, and it would be fine. But I'm so, like I really stuck my heels in because my husband was like, "Oh, this is terrible. We can't eat this." And I was like, "Yes, I can." And I'm, like, trying to, like, get it down because, like, I don't wanna admit that I messed this up. So, it is sitting in the freezer because I am unwilling to admit defeat on it. So that's it.
That is so fantastic. This is why I love these shows. You get to know people way better than just a post on social media somewhere. And it's not, we don't take ourselves seriously. I have a package of what's labeled as Mexican style vegetables. And so I bought it because I was like, oh, I'm going to put it in burritos. But it's just fucking vegetables. Like they got me on the marketing, right? It's like, here's some cauliflower, here's some peppers and corn. And I was like, oh,
Hooray.
it'd be perfect for my burrito, just like every other vegetable that's out there. It'd
I
be perfect for
love
the burrito.
love cauliflower in a burrito. Fantastic. Absolutely not. That's terrible. Don't do that.
You got to put, for us, I'm in LA, so for us, it's French fries have to go in the burritos. It's like the thing that they do out here. It's so good.
Oh, see, we're coming like East Coast, West Coast, New Jersey, Rutgers University. They have food trucks, and the food trucks were all like ultimate greasy things, but they made these things called the fat sandwich, famous for a reason. So it was like a sandwich, but it would be mozzarella sticks, chicken tenders, French fries, falafel. And like, oh my God, the falafel. I used to get to be like falafel and French fries in a wrap with just enough iceberg lettuce to make it like have that crunch to it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was phenomenal. So good. It's probably the only, those fat sandwiches are probably the only reason I never went into Red S when I was a young athlete, was strictly due to those.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you've got French fries and falafel, you've got protein, you've got fat, you've got carbs,
Superfood, really.
everything there. Yeah. I went to college at SUNY Oswego, which is literally across the lake from you up in the Toronto area. And I don't know if the place is still there. It was called Oswego Sub Shop. But as a young adult who was drunk a lot in college, they serve a thing called a cheeseburger sub, which is just chopped ground beef with cheese melted in top of it. And if you get it, you can get it spicy. Like that was a given every Friday and Saturday night, like just an absolute given, which is probably how I managed to stay awake half the time and not go into total deprivation, because you're not eating the rest of the time in college either.
Oh yeah. No, like at the time I remember thinking like, oh, these fat sandwiches are terrible. Like why, like this is so bad. And then I look back, I'm like, oh, these probably saved a lot of lives. Like, because the drunk students would get them and it probably like saved them from walking in front of a bus. Like, yeah, those guys were doing the Lord's work with those
And
sandwiches.
then athletes are eating it too, because after a hard workout, you're starving, you fuel up.
Oh
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So good.
Molly, thank you so much for being a guest on our Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station presented by Seven Summit Snacks. I had a blast. I got to learn even more about you, even after our 1 hour discussion on the Fireside Chat. And the answer, folks, in case you missed it, was pork roll sandwich would be eaten. The beaver tails are getting chucked at the aid station, and the fried pie is being carried to the next aid station, which is 8 miles away, up and over.
Love it. Delicious. Gonna go make some pork roll, egg, and cheese right now.
I think you have to. I think if it gets said, you have to make it. It's like the bat signal when it goes up in the air.
I don't know where I'm gonna find it up here, though. This is a problem. You've really started something that I don't know that I'll be able to finish, because it's not that easy to find in Canada. So I gotta go to the butcher.
Have you ever used Goldbelly?
No.
I bet you Goldbelly probably has the Taylor ham to be mailed to you. I was in Seattle at the time, and I ordered bagels from Tompkins Square Bagel in Manhattan and had them shipped out to me with their cream cheese. So I bet you Goldbelly probably has. You can probably find it there.
Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm doing that immediately.
I'll see you soon.
So much
Thanks
for
for joining.
me.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station, presented by Seven Summit Snacks. We had a great time with Molly, laughing and talking about her 3 options and what she would choose. I want to hear what you would do. Would you eat the pork roll? Would you toss the beaver tail? Would you carry the pie just like Molly? Drop it in the comments and let's have a good Food Fight Friday. I'll see you next time. Have a great one, everybody.